Okay, so IMAX has responded to Disney creating Infinity Vision, saying, from our view, it's a pure marketing plan to try and offset the fact that they don't have an IMAX platform or brand for Avengers Doomsday. It doesn't offer the consumer anything that they couldn't get yesterday. Damn, they're not happy about Disney, creating this Infinity Vision, a new certified, program to watch movies like IMAX, of course, and then Dolby, and now you add Infinity Vision to it. So then they said that Marvel fans believe are we believe are among the savviest, most discerning moviegoers out there, and there's a reason why we are the undisputed leader in premium cinema worldwide. Nobody can match our relationship with filmmakers. I don't even know why they were asked this question by whoever was interviewing them, right? So, uh, IMAX should have gave Disney, those IMAX screens for Avengers Doomsday, but they didn't, and now Disney has created this Infinity Vision, which I don't blame them, to be honest. And right now, Disney has a chance to give Doomsday IMAX screens if they wanted to, since Narnia just got his IMAX screens taken away since they've delayed their film for February for 2027 for next year. And that leaves Disney open to taking that spot, right? But they could have taken the December 11th spot, which was originally for Jumanji, but they changed it to a week after Doomsday releases in Dune. So Disney, if they wanted to, they could have 3 weeks of Avengers Doomsday in IMAX if they really wanted to. But I don't know if they should move, to be honest. Would it be smart to move? Yes. But the Avengers IP is so big, and them moving, I think, would cause a lot of people to talk shit about them, to be honest, and make fun of Avengers and the MCU, even though they've already have done so in the past and are doing it, today, honestly, and then uh, every single day for the MCU, right? So I don't think they should move their release date. I think it should just stay the same. If Dune wants to move, they can move. Dune can move if they wanted to. But Avengers is the number one brand, and a lot of people would look at them differently if they moved, since the Avengers, the MCU is supposed to be the big bad wolf, right? That makes all the money, and then moving because of what? Of course, if it moves, it's gonna make more money in IMAX. It gives a chance for IMAX, but I don't know, man. I think you gotta protect the brand, right? And you can't just run away from competition. So I think they should just stick to facing against Dune at the box office December 17th. This December, right? So yeah, man. And then I don't know if you guys saw the post by Meryl Streep. I messed up her last name, but yeah, she was saying that she was talking about the MCU for some reason, right? Some interviewer probably brought it up, or maybe she just did it out of her own, just wanted to talk about the MCU for whatever reason. Then she said that the MCU movies are boring. Which I'm gonna show y'all what she said right now. Okay, so I don't have the quote where she said it's boring, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna post it right here. Unless I was wrong. So if I was wrong, like, that's my bad. But yeah, Meryl Streep says that we tend to marvelize the movies now. We go to the movies, to the villains, and we got the good guys. So we got the villains and the good guys, and it's so boring. What's really interesting about life is that some of the heroes are flawed, and some of the villains are human, interesting, and have their own strengths. So I don't know why Meryl Streep is talking, man. I don't even think she's watched any Marvel movie. And to be honest, every time you hear an actor talk shit about the MCU, they have never watched a single movie, or probably have never watched even a Marvel movie, to be honest, in their life. But they just want to hate on the MCU since it's the number one thing they can hate on, and then you get a lot of views and attention from a lot of people. But yeah, man. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, so Avengers Secret Wars next year does have the IMAX screens, and this was already well known since I think they released this news like a couple of months ago. But since uh, that post from that interview that came out with the IMAX person talking about Avengers Doomsday and how Disney created Infinity Vision, they brought up that Avengers Secret Wars is going to be released in IMAX, of course, next year. And to be honest, if the Infinity Vision that Disney has created, right, for Avengers Doomsday, if it's successful, could they potentially also do it for Avengers Secret Wars? And I don't know, can they do IMAX and Infinity Vision together? like both. Of course, Secret Wars gets IMAX screens, but then you can also watch an Infinity Vision. That could also be a possibility that they could do next year, which would be great to be honest. But yeah, man, IMAX screens are going to Avengers Doomsday and not the Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum movie that is only gonna release at the same date next year as Avengers Secret Wars. So sorry to all of you Lord of the Ring fans, man. You're just gonna have to watch in standard format. But yeah, man, this is the news on Avengers Secret Wars for next year, man. We already knew this, but I just want to talk about it. So let's go back to talking about the IMAX news from today for Avengers Doomsday and then Infinity Vision and all that. Okay, so it's gonna be the end of the video, but I just want to get your thoughts on what when you read this. What were your thoughts? Did you agree with the person with the IMAX person, or do you agree with Disney for creating this idea? Infinity Vision. I think it's a great idea to create something different, and I know a lot of people say it's for marketing purposes, and it's not even like a real thing, but they're just creating it so people could, they hear this name Infinity Vision, and then they just want to go watch it since, Disney doesn't have the IMAX screens for Avengers Doomsday. But either way, man, I think it's a cool idea, Infinity Vision, and if my local theater has it, I'm of course gonna watch it there in Infinity Vision, which would be hopefully an awesome experience since we still haven't seen how they're gonna do for Infinity Vision, even though we're gonna get our first look at it when they really re-release Avengers Endgame. So yeah, man, that's gonna be our first look at how Infinity Vision is gonna look like, and that's gonna determine a lot of people if they want to watch it that way or they just want to watch it normally like standard, but or they could watch it in just Dolby format also. But yeah, man, yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I don't know why it froze, but yeah, man, what are your thoughts on Infinity Vision and Disney creating it? Do you like that, or will you be watching the Infinity Vision, and will you be attending the Avengers, Endgame re-release to see how Infinity Vision works? And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, that's everything. And if you want me to cover any Marvel news that I may have missed, yeah, just comment down below. But remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.